Section 2 Background. Weight management is often framed as a purely nutritional problem. See the references in 9. In practice, weight management is a function of quality and quantity of food intake, exercise undertaken, and one's quality of life experience. Individuals who choose to manage their weight typically do so for personal reasons linked to health, confidence, and/or quality of life. Substantial change rarely occurs through the force of one's will. Positive change tends to emerge from small, repeatable actions. When attempting positive weight change, setbacks are common. In my experience, reframing a setback as what difficulties were present this time rather than as failure allows for learning and adjustment rather than quitting. In addition, small changes to one's life are preferable and more sustainable than dramatic changes. For example, a yoga pose which requires a deep stretch that feels tight today may extend further tomorrow through gradual repetition. The same applies to learning new habits. Small, consistent, repeatable adjustments add up. For weight loss to work successfully, the process of weight loss is to be considered to be a feedback loop based on measurement and experience. From a physical perspective, the body can use both sugar, glucose, and stored fat, converted to ketones, as a fuel source to create the energy needed to sustain daily living. This fat conversion to ketones as an alternative fuel source to glucose can occur either through a calorie deficit with a restricted food intake or through fasting by taking in 0 or minimal calories. We all fast while sleeping and naturally move to a fat-burning state while blood sugar is low. Modern eating habits, particularly the frequent consumption of refined carbohydrates and processed foods, may reduce the amount of time spent in fat-burning states. Typically, while in the fat-burning state, blood sugar is low, insulin levels are low, and stored energy begins to be accessed by the conversion of fat to ketones. Regular fasting extends the period of low blood sugar and low insulin release. Energy balance remains fundamental to weight loss. Simplistically, fewer calories in than the energy required to maintain our bodies during the day leads to a calorie deficit and a reduction in weight, namely fat loss. For this reporting period, fasting provided a method that made calorie deficit easier to sustain. Essentially, there is little mental effort required to stop eating, as opposed to traditional calorie-restricted diets which needs one to pay constant attention to the quality and quantity of food intake. I also know that my own weight gain has been influenced by comfort eating, using sugar, fat and salt to produce short-term pleasure or emotional relief. See reference 9. Measurement of my daily weight changes increased my awareness of my food take when not fasting, and that awareness helped me to understand better how my eating habits influence my weight.